I'm Jim Becka. I began doing journalism work many years ago. I began photographing sporting events while a journalism student in college. I worked for newspapers and they expected me to produce something usable for the paper. If I didn't, I was out of work. Video is similar. Whether you're shooting still photos or video, these are the things you should know, like where to stand.
When you are working the field camera, you want to stand and stay behind these dotted sidelines and probably with the football players, not all the time, but kind of. But occasionally you can take a step, maybe two, but you don't want to get too close to the field. But if you are taking a step or two in front or passing these sidelines, you want to make sure you only have one shadow with you and not the whole crowd, because it would look really bad. So basically, just make sure you have one shadow with you at all times. The other shadows can kind of just chill and stay back until the shadow that was shadowing the person working the camera originally switches. The person that was working the camera will come back, another shadow will come in, and you two will stay on the camera and just make sure everything's running smoothly.
Whenever you're out there on the field and you're getting tired, but they say that your camera's hot, which means that you're live on the screen, always wait till they say that you're off.
So it's always important to have somebody right next to you to help. Even in case you lose communications with the top, that's also a good reason to have communications and have a shadow so they can get those communications back so you know what you're doing.
Obviously, you need to get as close to the action as possible without getting in the way of players and coaches. You need to keep up with the action or you'll get hit. I was once hit by Major Leaguer Adam Dunn. He threw a football and it hit me in the thigh, and it really hurt. Photographers and video camera operators should not go onto the field when the game is in progress. It's best to stay back from the field 5 to 10 feet, otherwise you'll get in the way of the guys handling the chains. In this stadium, there are 3 sets of lines. One that sets the boundaries of the field, which you do not go onto. The second set of lines are spaced apart quite a bit. I will sometimes go beyond this point to get a quick shot, but be careful. The game officials may ask you to move back. The last set of lines are closer together. Staying behind them is safe. You should not get in trouble with the officials, and you should still get some pretty good shots. The players and coaches have their own designated area. It's a long, narrow, rectangular area. Coaches tend to get upset if you occupy this area, which has been set aside for players and coaches. This night I was photographing for the team in the dark, the blue uniforms. You will notice that I shoot from slightly ahead of them because I like to see their faces, though I'm still quite a distance from them. I like to generally avoid shooting from their backside. When a play begins, I like to have a tight shot of the ball. When it's snapped, I do a slow zoom out because you do not know where the action will go. If you're zooming out, you'll not lose the action if the play goes right or left, or if it's a pass. When videotaping live, you must hold your shot until the director tells you it's all right to move. Don't move the camera just because the play has ended. Your camera could still be hot or live. Try and hold your camera steady as possible when doing live video action. In review, stay off the field and don't get too close to the field. Stay out of the coaches and players area. Stay ahead of the action. You should see players' faces and not their backside. When action begins, focus on the ball and do a slow zoom out. This will ensure that you do not lose the action. When shooting live video, hold your camera steady and don't move until told to do so.